All right, y'all. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Bishop Radway. I'm 16 years old, and I go to Roseville High School. And as you guys can see, the problem that we have in America with racial profiling, stereotyping, police brutality, and civil racism is a problem that affects nearly every minority in America. Our young men, and in this case right here, our young women.
Yes.
And we don't want to see that anymore. We the people, we're tired. And we the people want change. So I'm here to talk briefly about how I believe we can continue this movement that we have and get real change as an outcome.
Yes.
First and foremost, the actions that you guys have been seeing over the past 25 days of the death of Mr. George Floyd are actions of frustration. They're actions of pain that drills deeper than just the murder of Mr. George Floyd.
Yes.
Or the murder of Breonna Taylor. Or the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Our frustration runs to the years and decades of systematic racism, police brutality, and our justice system, both who have sworn to protect us, but in so many ways they fail to do so. That is where our problem lies. Now, what a lot of you guys should know is that the point of these speeches, the point of these rallies, these riots, these marches, is to raise public awareness. It's to gain attention. It's to put a spotlight on injustice. It's to put pressure on those in power to make some kind of change. We have to make those in power understand that change is not just a want for us. Change is needed.
Yes.
We need to make them troubled. They need to be disturbed. Those in power need to be uncomfortable. Because we the people are not comfortable at all. And we have not been for generations now. I mean, you can look at your parents. Look at your grandparents, your great-grandparents. Ever since we have stepped foot onto this soil, we have not been comfortable. First, we had the trouble of slavery. You fast forward a few hundred years, we had the trouble with the Jim Crow laws. After that, and until this very day, we are having issues with police brutality. We don't want this lifestyle anymore. For centuries, we've been viewed as less than to our oppressors. Targets and heavy, heavy burdens have been placed on our backs just because of the color of our skin. All we want is to be viewed as equal. We want to be treated equally. We want to be given the same equal opportunities. And that's truly all we ever wanted.
Yes.
But eventually we have to translate our wants, our needs, and our aspirations into specific laws and institutional practices. If we want to do that, then we have to understand which levels of our government can actually make those changes for us. For that's going to mean our state and our local government. Meaning our state governor, Mr. Roy Cooper, or our city mayor, Mary Ann Baldwin. These are people that we all need to know. These people are major factors in getting that change and reform that we've been asking for. So if you want to see real change that for many years we've been craving to attain, it cannot just be a protest thing. It can't just be a speech thing. It can't just be a people thing. It can't just be a government thing or a political thing.
Right.
If we want to get real change, we have to do all. We have to raise public awareness. And when the time comes for those of you who are able to vote, you need to go out and vote for those who will act on the reform that we need and we so desperately want in America. Now, at some point, we all need to take a step back. We have to view the scene and see what's going on. And we need to ask ourselves, what do we really want the people in power to do? What changes do we actually want to see? The more specific we can make demands for criminal justice system, the harder it will be for those elected officials to offer what some may call lip service. And then to fall back into business as usual once the speeches and the marches and the protests have gone away. We cannot allow that. So again, we have to educate ourselves. We have to do our research. We have to find out and speak up on the specifics we want to see as a minority community. So those in power cannot ignore us. Now I know these last few weeks have been really hard on a lot of us. I know you're tired. I know you're drained. I know you're exhausted. But now is not the time to stop. You can see it right now. We have our young people, our older people. We are all on the same page trying to get change. So don't stop now. If we can keep channeling our anger, keep channeling our frustration, our stress, our pain into peaceful, sustained, and effective action, then this can be the moment when real change actually starts. And all of you, my people, can be a part of the change that you guys want to see. Thank you.